Hey guys, want to bring you another YouTube video. Obviously, the results for the Niners game is not what I expected. I didn't even think about injuries for some reason, especially with this team that has a lot of injuries and against a very, very physical team. Congrats to the Eagles. We obviously know who the Super Bowl matchup is. Obviously, we got 2 weeks to talk about it, but and I'll make my predictions later. Still kind of early because I'll talk about why I think it's very early. So obviously it's the Chiefs and the Eagles. Congrats to the Eagles. Now, I feel like is this going to be 3 out of 4 years that the Niners lose to the eventual Super Bowl winner? It's possible because I didn't think Jalen Hurts looked as impressive. I thought the Niners defense did as well as they possibly could. But at some point, the backs broke, okay? Because obviously it happened way too early. And it sucked the life out of them. Like I said, I thought this game was going to be very close. I thought the Niners could win maybe with a field goal or even winning that way by 3 points or less. Obviously, I was wrong. I mean, this was not expected. You lose two quarterbacks. You're down to your fifth string. Obviously, you can't throw. Your fifth string was going to be Christian McCaffrey because we don't have any other quarterback at that point. Christian McCaffrey was dealing with a calf injury. And you have Brock Purdy pretty much was sent back out there just to hand the ball off. Eagles can't feel that great about it. I know that you blew us out. You can't feel that great about it. That's where I'm saying we were only able to run. You knew that what we're going to have to do at that point. We are down to our fifth string. I thought we should have gone to the Wildcat option with Christian McCaffrey because he threw that one game where he threw a touchdown. Do some trickeries. I mean, you're going to have to empty out, score quickly somehow, but give that that option or that fear to the defensive line because, like I said, Saquon Barkley actually had a decent game. Like the Giants had a better game plan with the running than I thought with the Niners. So yeah, but because I guess they knew that Daniel Jones could maybe throw or run and stuff like that, but Saquon did better, like I said. I thought with Kyle Shanahan, like, his running game is supposed to be pretty good. We have Christian McCaffrey. Obviously, he's not 100%. Elijah Mitchell, another thing that could hurt. I think you're going to see us draft a running back. Because obviously you're not getting Jordan Mason playing time for that. It seems like we use a lot of running backs. I think you have to shore up the offensive line. The defensive line, I think it's good, but if Bosa was hurt too, that's the other thing. I honestly thought like we were lucky to score a touchdown. It was kind of fool's goal because it was 7-7. I thought if they're going to come back or win this, you're going to have to keep it a very low scoring game. Got to win the takeaways. The games that the Niners have won with the takeaways, that's how they got that winning streak. And then also they are 0-4 when they turn the ball over 2 times or more. So once they hit that 2 mark, it was very hard with a 4th string at that time. And he already fumbled before the half. So it's like, when it rains, it pours. This is what was a perfect example for the Niners. So I felt like, yeah, the rest of the country was cheated with this game because Brock Purdy was hurt, and then you took out the 4th-string quarterback was Josh Johnson. Obviously, he's a journeyman. There's a reason why he doesn't start or get the opportunity. He was on the practice squad with the Denver Broncos. So it's like, I'm pretty proud of what the Niners was able to accomplish with the 3rd string and got how far he got. The other thing is, most teams could not have won that many games with a 3rd string. So I think Brock Purdy can play. Obviously, you cannot throw anyone in the system. Obviously, because remember, before this, Jimmy G, a lot of other quarterbacks, when he was hurt or down, we weren't able to win. Obviously, Josh Johnson, you threw him out there. He could not run the Kyle Shanahan system. So obviously, you need certain players that can run his system. Um, I think next season going in, you got two cheap rookie quarterbacks. I would make those two compete. I think, and that's why I said it's a small sample size with Brock Purdy. We don't know how bad the extent of his injury is. So, um, I honestly thought I was going to advocate if he made it to the Super Bowl or won the Super Bowl, because there was no quarterback that won a Super Bowl in his rookie year. I would say, yeah, it's a sunken cost for all the draft picks we spent on Trey Lance. But this was a very important game. I think that's where, like I said, Brock Purdy kind of knew that he needed to do very well to be out there, and he couldn't play. Obviously, his elbow was hurting too bad that they couldn't throw the ball. We didn't even throw. It's like Eagles can't really. Yeah, I know that. Congrats, you made it. But obviously, it's like almost like the Dallas Cowboys. They beat on really bad teams if they are really bad. I mean, like I said, the Niners were really bad because of what happened with Brock Purdy. Then Josh Johnson went down, and then you had to probably try to use a fifth string, or you just continue to run the ball at that point. So, and the defense was obviously frustrated. The defense held as long as they could, and then mentally and physically, they were starting to get drained and frustrated. So, the writing was on the wall at that point. I mean, we saw it with Trent Williams. We saw the Hufanga with that penalty on Hurts. Rain to the kicker, that was another one. Those penalties really hurt. So, I think the Chiefs, if Patrick Mahomes is going to be healthy, he gutted it out. He played really hard. He wasn't mobile as well I thought he could have been. They got a lucky break. So I'm going to say, like I said, this is going to be interesting. Which quarterback is going to be healthier, I think, is going to be the most important. Because I think the Eagles' defensive line, because obviously, like I said, it caused a lot of issues with the Niners, and that's why two of our quarterbacks was hurt. And I think that's going to give a lot of issues with the Chiefs potentially if Patrick Mahomes is not going to be close to 100% or mobile. So, if you're a Niners fan, let me know. Even if you're Eagles fan, did you think you guys look good? Even with, like I said, Jalen Hurts is not 100%. I don't even think he's close. Even the first half, he was not really running, or the Niners contained him as much as they possibly could. He started running, I think, in the third or fourth quarter. But by that time, like I said, he was trying to steal the game at that point. And he was probably trying to protect himself. Like I said, the Niners hit pretty hard and stuff like that. The other thing is, usually when the Niners defense play really hard and the next following week, usually that team loses. So luckily the Eagles have 2 weeks off. That helps, like I said, for the rest and everything. But yeah, let me know. Were you disappointed? Were you upset or unexpected? Like I said, I wasn't. I would have been really surprised if we pulled it off, especially with the fourth or fifth string. So, and all those penalties and everything. So that's why home field advantage is very important, because that could have helped us not traveling cross country that way too. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already, and together we could build better tomorrow. Thanks.